Ping, 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 ping. There are so many moments and so many light bulbs and so many ideas that are going off all at once. I'm so excited and so eager to let all this out. I really want to encourage you through these moments and these inspirations to let the dings and the pings come from within you. So you might hear something that, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I never thought about it that way. And explore it within yourself, because my perspectives are mine. And we may have shared perspectives because we are woven together through this quantum entanglement of life and energy and love and biofields that cross over each other, through a quantum field of energy, through the mycorrhizome or the fungi layer underneath the earth that lights up when we come into contact with it. There are so many woven interconnections, the dragon ley lines, the energies of thoughts that come through. All of these things weave us together. And so when we get these pings and ideas, they are little inspirations. They can come from any place that you define it as. They can come from the creator, the tapestry weaver, the universe, the great something, God, Allah, whatever you want. That they can come from there in a strong connection to your heart. And I always see myself, my true spirit, as living sort of seated in my heart and then emanating from there. When I was disconnected, when I was in the world, call it the third dimension consciousness, I was so sorely disconnected from myself, from me. And I think that that's absolutely very common for most people, is we are taught to seek outside of ourselves. We're taught to seek from religion, from government, from school, from authority figures, parents, peers, whatever. We're taught to seek everything that we need from outside of ourselves. The core message here is it's all within. Clear the clutter and the chaos and the energetic interferences. That's a lot of what the shadow work is about, is clearing the clutter and the interference. The false perceptions, the stories you've been told by other people, that comes from their own fear and their own misperception of themselves, because their perception has been given to them rather than them exploring it themselves. So the exploration, the excavation is about our energetic perception of ourselves. A true perceptive story is one that edifies us, that lifts us up, that lights us up, that rings for us. And a part of the embodiment of this is to embody the sensations that come in with truth and false as a polarity, as a dichotomy, right? So everything is not, there is no actual true or false. There are shades of truth, if you will. I see it as more of a scale. So if I were to put truth and false on the other side, everything's a shade of each of them, which means there's some truth in everything, there's some falsehood in everything. So we can't really speak in those terms. We can speak in authenticity, vulnerability, and this exact moment. And we can tap into the energetics of what has been programmed in perception. So in ancestral energetics that are transferred to us, you have an ancestor that perceived something as a problem. So maybe this particular ancestor they lost their entire crop. And that by definition was their money. And so they lost everything and they settled into this energetic of scarcity and everything's going to be stolen from me. I'm going to lose everything, etc. That transfers down through your genetic energy. We think of genetics as physical, and this is a physical expression, but really genetics are energetics. And so it transfers down, and we may have this unknown fear of losing everything. We don't even know where it came from. We have no idea. We've had it since like day one. And so we'll be clinging to our parents or clinging to siblings or clinging to friends or clinging to jobs and hanging on to things and not wanting to move. And you get into a house and you never leave it and you buy all the stuff and you fill the house with all the stuff. Hoarding. It's at the core of this energetic. And it's this accumulation that comes from the ancestry. There's also our other lifetimes of experience where we have these accumulations that come through. So when we're disconnected from our authentic self, when we're disconnected from our core, then we are pulling from all of these other places rather than filtering it through the core. So we might pull from another place and go, yeah, you know, I have this sense that like I'm going to lose everything, but in reality, I've always been provided for. I always had the things that I wanted and needed. So let me shift that. Let me flip it. Because that is the scale from false, right? It's false. I have this perception that everything is taken away, but in reality, it hasn't been. So let me shift it to the truth is I'm provided for. And if you do happen to lose your perception of everything, I can't tell you how many stories I've heard from people that lost, quote unquote, everything because it was built on what is not truly authentic to themselves, what is not truly within their heart. It's built on what they perceive to be what they wanted. You know, they perceived, I want to be a billionaire and have yachts and multiple houses and this, that, and the other thing, and they lose all of it because they've missed the point that what they were looking for was a fun experience of life or a great connection to people or to travel and explore different cultures. You can do that without yachts and houses. You can do that with a good amount of money in the bank and a plane ticket. So the connection to stuff is to fill what is a disconnection to ourselves. And I'm not saying don't have stuff. I love my stuff. You know, I love my shawl. I love my crystals, my oracle cards, my tiny house, my car, my phone because it connects me with the world. I love all those things. I want more of those things. But I maintain the connection to myself first. And when those pings and those ideas and those inspirations come through, they're always filtered through me and my connection with my creator, my weaver that is within me as well, because I'm a kernel of that creation. Bigger conversations. The key here is that I want to encourage you to always ask yourself. So if somebody says, hey, why don't you come with me for the weekend? We'll go hang out and explore this place. And you go, and I really never wanted to go there. The people pleaser might say, yeah, let's go. And you go and you're kind of semi-miserable and you don't really want to do it and you don't enjoy it and you spend all that money and then you regret it. And you say, I should have never done that. Because you didn't sit for a second and go, what do I really want to do? I don't really want to go to that place. I don't really want to go with that person. I have this money. I want to spend it somewhere else. That's all completely okay. And if the person gets upset, you might say to them, hey, I really thank you for inviting me. That was such a great honor. And I hope that you will invite me again. I'm going to have to pass this time, but I look forward to exploring with you in the future. Or if it's not somebody that you resonate with, you say to them, thank you so much for that invitation. Why don't you allow this space for someone else to explore with you? Have a wonderful trip. We do it in grace. but we allow ourselves, allow our true happy selves to say yes or no. We take a minute and tap in, and we tell the people pleaser to take a seat, because we're not people pleasing here. We filtered through our heart. We said, Now, if co-creator has a purpose for that, if Weaver has a purpose for that trip, and you tap in and go, I don't really want to go there, and there's this little ping that says you need to go, then follow that intuition, because there's something there for you. There's something there for you. There's the woven element of this, because it is a co-creative effort. Yourself and creator, Weaver, source. The magic is when you allow that to come through. When you honor yourself, you create a little bit more magic for yourself. A little deeper connection. And the magic comes in honoring yourself, because then something will come through that is meant for you. And that will be incredible.